So, customer language, when do we use it?
Every day.
Throughout the process.
Every day, yeah, we use it. My wife tells me I use it like all the time, didn't even know it. I put the sheet that y'all have there, put that in front of her, and she was all like, oh, so this is where you get all that shit from. It's all like, yeah. Look, guys, the reason why I use this language all the time is because I want to control what?
The situation.
I want to control the situation, I want to control the outcome, right? Well, if people get emotional, right, does anything really get accomplished? It's very difficult to get something accomplished when one or both parties, it's impossible to get things accomplished when both parties are emotional, okay? But when one person's emotional, the other person has to either talk them off the ledge or wait till they come down before they can ever get anything through, because emotions cause what?
Problems.
What kind of responses?
Overreactive.
The most basic instinct that
Primal?
a human being, a mammal, has is what?
Defense, man.
Fight or flight. We know that, right? So we know that the most basic human instinct is fight or flight. When emotion goes in, okay, it taps into that fight or flight mechanism, regardless whether or not there's a situation you need to run from. Does that make sense? It touches that spot, that same spot in your brain, okay? So when that happens, it's really difficult for someone to think logically, right? So why am I talking about this, all right? If you respond incorrectly to your client, you're gonna risk striking a match of
Anger.
emotion. Doesn't matter what it is, right? There's gonna be some strike of emotion, which when that is struck, immediately your brain starts to tune out what?
The information.
The logical information that you're trying to sell them on, right? Because at the end of the day, if you as a salesperson, right, are constantly trying to do what with your client? Sell them. Basic, right? What is being sold? What does that mean? Persuading them to do what? What you want. You're a salesperson. You're constantly persuading that person to either think like you're thinking or see value in what you're selling and do business with you when?
Now.
Now, today. So if we're not good at responding to our clients, right, in a way that doesn't strike emotion, right, then you'll never be good at getting your point across. Thus, you'll never be good at truly selling to the capability that you could. Make sense? And that all starts and stems from controlling what? The outcome. I want to control the outcome of you getting emotional. I know how to make you not be emotional, right? By not triggering you. That's all it is. I can't stop you from being emotional. I'm not going to stop you from being emotional. It's impossible, right? But I can limit the amount of strikes that I give somebody, because eventually the match is going to go to what? It's going to catch on fire. You might strike a 1, 2, 3. Eventually, when you hit that matchbox, it's going to do what?
Light up.
Light up. So don't let your customers get emotional based on your responses when people are trying to work you for either a discount, a deal, information, or whatever it's going to be, right? We do that by using customer language, okay? This sheet that's in front of you, no problem, be happy to. I understand, easiest part of my job. I wouldn't expect you to. Would you do me a favor? Please tell me. No. Do I have those memorized? All day, every day. The reason I have them memorized is because I know how valuable it is to not strike that matchbox. Not make those people go off with emotion. Make sense? Okay, so let's talk about examples of your customers asking or telling you things that could entice you to give them a emotional response. That's the long way of saying, give me an objection, okay? Right? Because any objection that you get from your client is a possibility for you to say the wrong thing and strike that matchbox. Make
These
sense?
fees.
What?
These fees.
The fees.
No one
Right.
else charges me fees.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's talk about in what settings are you handling objections, right? Is this a situation where I'm at the negotiating table and we're trying to convince them to say yes to the numbers? Or are we in a situation where I'm on my feet discussing fees?
Dealing with
What
someone
scenario
out of
is it?
state.
You said from a different state.
Yeah, that's.
Okay,
that's
so
over the phone.
before we get to that, what he's talking about there is talking about fees when we've presented numbers and we're trying to get them to say what?
Yes.
Yes to the deal. Yes, we're
Right.
doing business. Yes, here's my credit card. Yes, here's my deposit. Yes, I'm doing it, right?
Right.
So the reason I asked you that question, it's kind of a trick question. You should never, ever be discussing fees on your feet. Does it make sense? Like when you're demonstrating the car and talking about it, you don't need to be getting into fees at all, right? So a customer may ask you something like, hey, what kind of fees do you guys charge, right? That's a good example of a question that could potentially be an objection if you don't handle it correctly, right?
Right.
Remember guys, if you're talking over the phone and you're talking in person and you're showing a car, very few things are a problem. Very few things really need to be addressed in that moment, okay? We'll have a time and a place for that. We really just want to isolate those things and put them aside and keep selling, right? Which is kind of the purpose of customer language altogether, okay? So for example, if I'm trying to demonstrate and show a car and a customer's like, hey, what kind of fees do you guys charge on your deals, right? The response should be what? Customer language.
I'd be happy to go over the fees with you. I just want to make sure this is the right vehicle.
Perfect.
Is this everything you want in a car?
And you ask a better question, right?
Right.
So when you use customer language, you have to match it up with a better question at the end. That way you can move on past it. Because it's like this, guys. If you just try to avoid somebody's question and you don't start speaking and asking more questions and trying to take control back of the scenario, then basically you're leaving yourself wide open to get hit where?
In the nuts.
Right in the nuts.
Right.
Right in the nuts.
Right.
Seriously. It's like this. Oh yeah, no problem. I'd be happy to get you all the information about the fees. How hard do you want to hit me?
Right.
Kick, swing, it's okay, it's cool.
Yeah.
Or, hey, no problem. I'd be happy to get you all the information about the fees and everything else. I've never lost a deal over fees. By the way, is this the right vehicle for you? Do you feel like it fits all of your needs? Yes? Okay, great. Yeah, but what about the fees? Yes, ma'am, no problem. I'm gonna get all that information. If you'll do me a favor, if you'll just give me a little bit of your time, I just wanna really make sure that this is the right vehicle for you. Because like I said before, the fees, I've never lost anybody on. And we're gonna get all that information for you here shortly. So is this a perfect car for you? And immediately I ask that better question again, right? Okay, perfect, wonderful. So if you can isolate it, put it aside, that way you can handle it when it matters, which when does fees matter?
At the negotiating table.
At the negotiating table. But more importantly, at the negotiating table, it's at the negotiating table when your customer is what?
Committed.
Committed to do business with you when?
Right now.
Right now. Okay. So we're in the era of COVID. We're in the era of online sales, of selling things online. Everything's going that way, right? It's already been going that way, but now COVID's really made it go over mountain, right? So how do we make sure that these customers are committed to you 100%? What do we need to require out of our customers?
$1,000 non-refundable deposit.
Absolutely, guys. Guys, you gotta require the emotion, right, of them saying, "Oh yeah, I'll do the deal." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once you start putting something that is also tied to their emotion to it, it's a lot harder for them to lie to you, right?
Right.
Okay, great. So if we get all the numbers right, we're ready to do business. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Send me all the information. Yeah, I'm gonna get that to you, but give me your credit card number first. Huh? What? Why? Now what?
That's true.
Well, sir, I'm gonna get you all the numbers. I'm confident you're gonna like them. But once all the numbers are agreed upon, I'm gonna need a non-refundable deposit so I can take that car off the market. I mean, you understand that, right? What's the response now? What are they gonna say?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to give you my card. I'm not ready to. I just want to make sure the numbers are good first.
Now we know whether or not there's an objection, don't we?
So, okay, if we do it just the way you said, and they don't wanna put that $1,000 deposit down until after they get the numbers.
I'm not gonna run their credit card just because. I'm gonna run their credit card once we're agreed on numbers, right? But I'm gonna ask for their credit card information up front, right?
Right.
Because once you give me the good to go, I'm gonna get what? I'm gonna run it. Make sense? Or at least I need to give them, the perception that I'm gonna run it, right? Well, it's really just a lie detector test, guys. It's really just a litmus test is all it is, right? I wanna know whether or not this person is straight lying to me over the phone or he's really truly committed to me over the phone, right? How many of you guys have done, all of the steps to the road to the sale, and they got to the process and the guy's like, oh yeah, I'll definitely buy it from you, no problem. But then actually when we're agreed and we're happy, they back up on your crawfish on you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, no, I did tell you I was gonna buy it, just not today, not right now, right? Wouldn't you have liked to know that earlier in the process? Well, guess what the person who said, I'm not giving you your credit card just did? He told you that what? Earlier in the process. Because you can't be mad at the guy for not giving you a credit card, right? You need to look at it like it's what?
An objection.
An opportunity, an objection that I need to overcome, right? Okay, so how do we overcome the objection? Customer language, right? Any objection we have, we need to use customer language. Whoa, I'm not giving you my credit card information yet. Just send me over all the numbers, right? Remember, you're either gonna strike the matchbox or we're gonna calm down, relax, and talk this thing out, right? So how do we not strike the matchbox?
That's no problem, sir.
Basically, like, no, we need $1,000 or.
That's striking the matchbox, right?
right.
Yeah, we need $1,000.
Well, sir, I ain't giving you nothing. I ain't giving you shit until you give me that deposit.
Yeah.
That does what?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, he's not listening to nothing you're saying now. He just is thinking about not doing business with you, right? As opposed to,
No problem, sir. I'd be happy to work with you. I just want to make sure that we can take this vehicle off the market if we can make all the numbers agreeable with you.
yeah, for sure. But what if he still doesn't want to give you the credit card? Because if you use customer language and you don't ask a better question, you're not going to take control of the situation, right? So, hey, no problem, right, Mr. Customer? I understand that you don't want to give me your credit card right now, right? Look, I'd be happy to send the numbers over there to you, but the reasoning behind me needing a credit card is because the moment you're agreed on numbers, I need to run that deposit so I can take it off the market. I mean, you don't want the vehicle to sell out from underneath you if you're happy with the numbers, do you? What's he gonna say?
Of course not.
Of course not. Or, well, I don't know if that's the perfect one. I'm flexible. I can look at other cars, right?
Okay, so what you say when they
Now what do we got?
You got an objection.
We got somebody that's not even truly committed on that car. We don't even know if he really wants that car, right? And now it's our job as salespeople to do what?
convince them that it is the cost of them?
Get him committed on a car. Guys, I've talked about this before in my meetings, right? That my job as a salesperson is to do what?
Help them find the perfect car.
Help you find the perfect car. The one that you can't live without, right? The salespeople that make the most money in this business get their customers to do what?
Fall in love.
Fall in love. Because emotion does what?
Closes deals.
Closes deals, baby. Emotion is how you make
Money.
gross. Not just money. Guys, I mean, people shop on Amazon all day long. They search the filters. Okay, price, cheapest one, click, buy, boom. No emotion to that shit, is there? Nothing. Now getting sold, right? Getting the nostalgia of, oh my God, this is super nice. I can't believe that I could have this right now. This is way better than what I thought, right? That makes you emotionally say what?
Absolutely.
Man, I don't care if I'm overpaying. Fuck it. I want it right now. Let's go,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And none of y'all can tell me that y'all haven't felt that way about something in your life, right? There's very few things, right, that people look back on. Very few big purchases that people look back on and say, man, I really overpaid for that thing, right? Because those big purchases, they felt what about it?
Emotion.
They felt great about it. I mean, how many of you guys in here would hold your hand up and say, man, I really overpaid for my house?
I know I overpaid for my last car for sure.
Well, a car is a little bit different, right? A car, but in the moment, right? In the moment, when you did the deal, did you feel like you were overpaying for it?
No,
No.
you made me like it.
Just like in the moment, if you overpaid for your home, you didn't feel like it, did you? And then hindsight is, I love my home so much that I don't even look at it like, what did I spend for it, right? I don't care. It's worth it to me, right? So guys, I'm not telling you that y'all need to only sell people on making good decisions financially, okay? That's not y'all's job, okay? It's their decision to buy those things. But it is your job as a salesperson to do what?
Get them emotional.
Sell the car and get them to absolutely love it. If you can focus on just doing those things, everything else takes care of itself, right? So in that moment when a customer tells you, oh, I don't know, it's fine, man, I'm flexible, I could look at different cars, right? Have you done your job as a salesperson?
We ain't done yet.
Not to the fullest ability. Nope, not at all. So a good salesperson would do what?
Persuade him to make this bigger car for him.
Persuade him to make this car or another one similar to it or something else be that car, right? So how is it that we get customers to do that? How is it that we get people to be okay with looking at other options, or to get them to agree that this is the car they can't live without?
Well, one thing, just to get them to
Needs
I guess
analysis.
like you. I mean,
Well, people buy cars people they like. That comes first and foremost, right? But I'm saying specifically in this situation, when you got somebody over the phone that tells you,
Hot
hey, it's fine, man,
buttons.
just send me the numbers. If that one sells, I can find something else. It's okay. And y'all got plenty of inventory, right?
Find out what it is about that car that they called in on.
Okay. So what questions can we ask?
Was it the price? Was it the color? Was it the equipment? Was it?
Guys, I mean, really, it's simple, but it's complicated, right? Hey, Mr. Customer, you know, I can respect the fact that you're open to options, but if you don't care, right, about if this one sells or doesn't sell, it makes me feel like you don't really value how special this car is. It sounded to me like the reasons why you picked this car in the first place were because of X, Y, Z. How do you find X, Y, and Z?
Through your investigation.
Your great investigation that you did up front.
Right.
Guys, I'm telling you, there's no one important step in a road to the sale. They're all important,
Yeah.
right? So if you've done your meet and greet, your investigation the way that you should have, right? You found out exactly why it was that he selected the vehicle before we ever got to the closing table. So the close should really be simple on the credit card, right? And if he still tells you, no, I'm flexible, I'll switch, you need to respond to him, right? Customer language again, right?
Yeah.
Hey man, I'd be happy to get you this information that you're requesting. I can really appreciate that you're flexible on the inventory, but would you do me a favor? Help me understand exactly what your thinking is on this thing, because really, I think I've done a bad job. Put it on who?
Yourself.
Yourself. I think I've done a bad job of explaining exactly how much value you're gonna get out of this vehicle we had selected. It seemed to me like you really wanted this, this, and this, right? And you get him to say what? Yes. You get your customer to say yes, 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 yes. All these little yeses are gonna make it a lot easier for him to say yes to the big yes, which is what? $1,000 deposit and buying the car today, right?
Right.
Sometimes customers aren't just trying to crawfish on you just because they aren't sold. They just don't know what to tell you. So your job is often to be a kind of a counselor for them, right? And encourage them that they're making a good decision, right? That's why a sales consultant is a consultant. You're consulting them. You're reminding them all those little triggers, those hot buttons that initially we started to learn about you in the beginning of the process, right? And then that customer is going to be forced to respond one of two ways. How is it?
Positively or negatively.
Positive? Yeah, Jake, you know what? You're right. Here's my credit card information. I don't want to take a chance that one sells, right? Or
I'm not giving you.
Yeah, Jake, all that shit that you thought you knew about me was wrong. I don't care about any of that shit, and I just want the cheapest price, right? Either way, you're one step closer to what?
The sale.
The sale.
Yeah.
Does everyone buy off emotion? Yes or no?
No.
No. Remember the Amazon? Okay. So as a sales consultant, it's your job to find out, is this guy a want buyer? Is this guy a need buyer? Is this guy an emotional buyer? Is this guy not? We always want to try to get to push to emotion, always, because that's how you make the most money, right? But if you can't, then don't you think that we could actually benefit from the logic of this guy? Well, you know what? I'm glad that we had this conversation, Mr. Customer, right? Seems to me like I really misread this deal. I apologize. Let me do this. Let me get you some numbers to the least expensive one I've got here. The one I've got on special. The one that needs to find a new home. We call them our problem childs. So let me get you the problem child deal on a car similar to that, since you don't care about the cars anyways, right? And we can go ahead and just get you the lowest possible price. That way I can save you the most money. How does that sound? What do you think?
No.
Boom! No! Hell no! I don't want your fucking problem child. No! I want that one. Oh, okay, gotcha. I was just trying to save you money, man. I was just trying to help you. Well, let me go ahead and get that credit card information then, because we certainly don't want to miss out on this one, it sounds like. And what's he gonna give you?
A credit card.
269-943-882183. By the way, guys, have you given him any numbers whatsoever at this point?
Nope.
Nothing. Why didn't you give him anything? Because you didn't give him the information. You didn't get him locked down and committed, right? To do it. The only reason he committed to you is because he still needed you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, as a car salesman, right? As a cardiologist, right? You have to make yourself what? Needed. You have to make yourself needed in every transaction that you do. It starts with customer language. It starts with not getting people emotional. That's what it starts with, right? Objections can ruin your sale if you let them. Don't focus on fees up front. We'll get to that stuff later, right? When customers are asking you for discounts and all the other stuff over the phone and in person while you're showing the car, it's really irrelevant, right? But you don't want them to get emotional, because if they do, they're not going to listen to your presentation demonstration. They're not going to soak up all the information that you're giving them, that you're selling them on, right? So keep that in mind, okay? Customer language. Let's practice it, okay? I'm going to give you guys each an objection. I want you to hit me with customer language and ask me a better question, okay? This is not selling on the desk. This is not selling closing deals. This is just simple objections that really are irrelevant in the situation, right? The main purpose here is just to make your customer feel as though what?
They've been listened to.
They've been heard. Your customer has been heard. They've been listened to, right? And move you on to your job, which is getting them to
Commit.
love the car. When they love the car, commitment is easy, right? When you love the woman, it's easy to go buy the ring, right? So we want to get that woman to get these folks to really, really, really love you, love the dealership, and love the car, right? Okay, gotcha. So here's an objection, all right? Hey, Curtis. Hey, so what's the best price you can give me on this car, man?
That's the easiest part of my job, man. My job is to make sure this is the car for you, and I can guarantee you my manager's job is to get you the best price for the vehicle. I can tell you now, we have never lost a deal because of prices or anything like that. It's the beginning of the month, and my manager's doing a great job getting our customers the best deals possible. Follow me.
Follow me. So how did Curtis do?
Good.
For a beginner, for somebody who's never been in this car business before, I'm gonna give you a pass, okay? But you still, instead of giving me the whole nut shot, okay? You just gave me like a side shot, okay? You follow me. You didn't ask a better question up on that thing,
Oh,
okay?
okay, I got you.
So I just want to confirm something with you real quick, okay, guys? If you say things like "I've never lost a deal over price," right? Is that a true or a false statement?
False.
False. Do you think they know that's true or false?
They know it's false.
They know that shit's false. They're not believing that shit, right? So as opposed to telling somebody that, what's a better way that you can not be a liar and still get the same point across?
I would never lose your deal over price.
Still could be false.
I am committed to getting you the best price possible on this vehicle. My manager's job is to do just that.
Customer language. I like your first go
Oh.
at it. Just instead of starting all over like we're role playing, let's talk about like what verbiage you could have used
Like,
as opposed to I'll never lose a deal over price.
I just want to make sure you love the vehicle. I'll go beat up the boss for you. Do you love it? Is this something you can see in your driveway? Would you lick the steering wheel for me, please?
I just want to make sure this is the car for you. Do you love the vehicle? Or some shit like that? I don't know.
Some shit like that. Listen.
I'm not as animated as
You be the customer for me real quick, okay?
Okay. Alright. Hey Jake, man, what's the best price you can give me on this vehicle?
Curtis, I'm gonna be happy to get you all that information here in just a little bit. Now, hey, I want to make sure that 100% positive that this is the perfect car for you. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. So other than the price, that's the only thing that's gonna stop us from actually getting it wrapped up and taking it home today, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing. I know this is the car that I want.
Cool.
For sure, I just don't want to get hit over the head for it.
Man, at the largest Infiniti dealership in the country. The reason why is because we work in volume. Nobody here is hitting anybody over the head, okay? So I'm gonna be happy to help you out, all right? Here, follow me. Keep going, right? More objections. Jeff, you up? Ready?
Game planning, yeah.
Game plan. Okay. Hey, this car's got a bunch of scratches all over. What's going on with that?
I understand, but I'd be happy to, oh no, that's not it. That's it.
All right, guys, real quick, before y'all start like trying to get scripted and really soak this stuff up,
You gotta feel it.
repeat after me, okay? I'm a real person.
I'm a real person.
Yeah, I'm not a robot.
Not a robot.
Okay. My customer is a real person too.
My customer's a real person too.
My customer is a reasonable person.
My customer's a reasonable person.
He understands,
He understands.
right? Used cars have what?
Used cars have problems.
Problems,
Yeah.
issues.
Right.
If it didn't have no issues, guess where it'd be?
New car.
Right next door. Right? Guys, what is our dealer preparation process? What do we try to do with our cars?
To get them as close to the original.
Man, we try to keep them at the highest standard as we can, right? As a used car. Now, we don't go into repainting cars and stuff like that. We understand that used cars are going to have what on them?
Scratch.
Dings and scratches.
Scratch.
We don't call them dings and scratches here. We call them what?
Imperfections.
No, not imperfections. We call it what?
Character.
Character!
Here.
Look, guys!
Yeah.
I mean, we got some character.
Yeah.
Shit, I've been cursed with this straight hair that does this thing up here for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's character, okay? Some of you guys too, y'all got some character, whether you know it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, okay? Character, okay, guys? Somebody's gonna see value in this car regardless of what character you got, okay? Some people like really big and tall people. Some people like really big and tall women, okay? They just got a little bit of character, all right? Who are you to say that that's not a good car and a value to someone else, right? So now that we know all these things, let's talk about it again. Jeff, man, what's going on with this, man? Why's it got all these scratches on it?
I understand your concerns, but it's not a new car, it's been through the ringer. Are there any other features that you might like?
Whoa! It's been through the ringer. This ain't no new car, it's a piece of shit. I'm selling it to you used.
Let me switch.
Calm down. Hey, Mr. Customer, I understand that you're concerned with the cosmetic blemishes of the vehicle, okay? I can assure you that our process is really second to none when it comes to blemishes like this, okay? Now, I'll double check and I'll make sure that this car's already been through the process, right? But basically, when we get a vehicle, we're gonna expose it, we're gonna find out exactly what's wrong with it, interior, exterior, that way we can address some of those issues, okay? Now, like I said, I know and you know that all used cars are gonna have what?
Character.
A little bit of character, right? Not been through the ringer. Look, man, I know and you know that all used cars are gonna have a little bit of character, right? And this is something here, right? Which I'll be happy to try to address for you, right? And I'll get that worked into the deal, right? But other than this scratch, is that the only thing that you dislike about the vehicle? Is that a better question?
Yep.
Because really I'm isolating it to do what?
Is it an objection or is it a complaint?
Is it an objection or is it a complaint? For sure. So now that I know that that's the only thing that is an objection, right? I can go and try to work around that deal, right? Absolutely. So when I price that car out and I price it out with the repairs that are gonna get done on it, let's say I can't repair it, let's say it's not able to get fixed through my normal dealer preparation process, right? Let's say it's gonna come at an expense like painting it, right? What should we ask our customer to do?
Pay more.
Pay it. Pay the additional to paint it. Why?
Because the vehicles are priced to market according to condition.
Because the cars are priced according to the condition of the vehicle, right? We've already taken those things into consideration. And any reasonable person who's buying a used car knows that all used cars have
Character.
character. Now look guys, I don't want to ruin a sale, right? So the reason why I'm not focused on it now is because it's really irrelevant. Until they say what?
No.
Yes, I'll buy it.
See, I was wondering that on that GLA, that white one.
Yeah.
Because I took it out and I was walking around it, and then we seen the mirror was completely shattered, the right
Yeah. Uh-huh.
mirror, and
Yeah.
that was my first time dealing with something big like that when I use cars. So I didn't know how. I mean, I handled it well.
Curtis, a broken mirror is not big. Now, half the car missing, that's pretty big.
I guess.
You get it?
Yeah.
Okay, salespeople, don't make things bigger than they are, right? Don't make things bigger than they are. Stop it. The entire rear view mirror is hanging down off of it, right? What do?
No problem.
Hey, as you can see, this car is not completely through the reconditioning process, okay? Obviously, this has got to be addressed beforehand, all right? So, do me a favor, customer language. Do me a favor. If you can just look past this one thing here, knowing that that's going to get addressed, it's going to get worked into our deal here, right? And focus on the rest of the vehicle. That way you guys can make a good decision on whether or not this could or could not work for you. Is that okay with y'all? Yes? Okay, perfect. Did I make it a big deal?
Nope.
Nope. Goes back to the Carfax report, right? I want to see your Carfax. Great news, man. This car checks out great. Yeah, only 2.5 years old, and there's only been one damage reported on it. It's super clean. Check it out. Make sense? You understand? Salespeople, stop making big deals, okay? You can isolate them, you can go around them until it really matters. You start focusing on the problems up front, it's gonna get you further away from getting them to say yes to the big picture. Remember, we want all those little yeses to make the big yes easy. Well, if we focus on the little teeny tiny no's, what can we not talk about?
Any yeses.
Any yeses at all. Does that make sense? So, Alvin.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, I see that that you got this car, you know, priced in here for manager special. But I mean, that ain't the best deal, right?
Hey. Now, Mr. Customer, that's probably the easiest part of my job, is to come up with pricing that fits your needs, that fits your wants. So, basically, this vehicle that you're talking about right here, manager special, that we've been looking at, is there anything other than the price that's holding you from making a decision right now?
No, just the price, but hey, I don't have a lot of time, so just tell me, I mean, do you have wiggle room in this price or not?
It's not a problem, and I don't wanna take up a lot of your time, I understand your time is great, guy. But in order to get you that price that you need, I just need to know, is this the right vehicle for you?
Yeah, if the price is cheap enough, I'll definitely buy it.
Wait, follow me.
Okay, how do you do?
Good.
Okay, okay, so let's kind of dissect that real quick, okay? When customers ask you questions like this, okay, is that the very best price you can do? There's a negotiation room on that car, right? There's this, there's that, right? What do they want to hear?
Absolutely,
Honestly,
I will
what
go to bat
do
for
they
you.
want to hear, honestly?
You wanna hear that you're gonna take care of them?
All right, guys, so we're in a political year, right?
Mhm.
We're in a political year, all right? Hey, what's going on? You want to keep the health care? You don't want to keep the health care. What about my pre-existing conditions? What are we going to do?
Right.
What did each politician tell them?
Don't worry about it. We're gonna-
Guys, you're going to be fine.
Right,
Pre-existing
right.
conditions, we're going to get you covered on all that
Right,
stuff,
right,
okay?
right.
Did they say what cost?
No.
No, they didn't talk to you about the cost of what it's actually going to cost,
Right,
what's going to go to your
right.
taxes, how it's going to work, how any of this shit's going to go. But you're going to be
Taken care of.
taken care of.
Take care of.
Why? Because
I want your vote.
we want your vote.
Oh,
And you want their vote on what?
this deal.
This car. But you don't want to be a
Dick.
liar.
Liar.
You don't want to be an asshole either, Al.
Right.
Okay? You don't want to be a liar either.
Right.
You don't want to be an asshole for sure.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But there's a way that you can avoid these weird interchanges, right? Hey, Mr. Customer, right? Look, I'd be happy to go to work for you and get you the best deal I possibly can on that car.
Right.
All right? Is that the absolute best price we can give on a car? I don't know. I don't do any of the pricing information over here. My job is just to make sure that you really like the car, right? So other than the price, is that the only thing stopping us from doing a deal?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. So you like everything about it, right?
Yeah.
Got the right color combination, got the right features,
Oh, yeah.
drove good,
Yeah.
so you can see yourself driving it.
I think.
All right, man. Let me show you why we're so easy to do business with. All right, come on. Let's go to work.
You reached them up pretty good there.
Did I tell you I was going to get you a discount?
No.
No, because why?
All he wanted was to feel special.
Because it's not your fucking
It's
job.
not our job. It's not our.
It's not
fucking
your job to talk about pricing. It's your job to do what?
Make them fall.
Sell
in
the
love with
car.
Get them to fall in love with the car. That's it, guys. Guys, it's like this, man. If you're a doctor, okay, it's not really your job to cure cancer. It's your job to find out if there's fucking cancer in the body, and then put the medicine in there to fucking try to fix it, right? No man can cure cancer, right? But we can diagnose it, find out that it's cancer, and then start treating it, right?
Right.
That's all you guys are doing, okay? Let's diagnose it, find out what we need to do, and then we're gonna go ahead and treat it when they've signed the consent forms.
Right.
When you've signed the form saying, yeah, if you fucking kill me, doc, I'm not gonna sue your ass.
Right.
You still practice doctorhood.
Right.
Make sense?
It's commitment then, though. It's committed.
Well, guys, they're not gonna fucking do radiation treatment without you signing what?
Consent form.
The consent forms.
Right.
Hey, just so you know, I'm gonna put a consequently lethal dose of fucking radiation into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it quarterly, and you're gonna
Right.
like it. Yeah, and then I'm gonna come in and talk to you every day, charge you every day, and you might die, you might make it. It's cool.
Yeah.
You make it sound so bad.
But is that not the case, guys?
Yeah.
Is that not what doctors do? Aren't y'all cardiologists?
Cardiologist.
That's what I thought. Stop trying to do everybody's job.
Right. Right.
When we get to the negotiating table and they say, hey, what the fuck, Al? Now you're an asshole, you didn't even give me a discount. What can you tell them?
What do you mean?
Yes, like I had told you.
Yeah.
I am going to bat for you.
That's right.
I am trying to help you.
Right.
But it's my responsibility to do what?
Show you the best way to
To
buy
show
it.
you the absolute best way to buy a car.
That's what I call
Now look, what is it that you're having issues with here? Are you okay with this $3,000 down I'm showing you? Are you okay with this monthly payment I'm showing you? Okay, so it fits your budget, you're fine with putting the money down, you're just upset because I didn't discount the car? So it's still just the price of the car that's stopping you from moving forward? Yes? Okay, great. So help me understand what?
What it is you were looking to
What it
accomplish.
is that you were hoping to get off on the price of this car? Help me understand, I want to know, right?
Yeah. At this point,
Because frankly, when I went in and talked to my boss and I said, hey, what's the best price on this car? He looked at me and he said, Jake, that car's manager special and it's a very fair price. Jump on it. We've already had a couple other leads on it. I didn't know what to even tell him. Because I never really discussed with you as far as how much you were trying to get off. So, what was it that you were trying to accomplish again? Look, I want to help you. Well, I don't know, just give me your best deal.
Alright.
Well, sir, I asked for the best deal. He told me it was a fair price.
Fair price, right.
And you just told me that it fit your down payment and monthly budget. So, I guess I just need your okay here. We'll get you out quick. And what's he gonna say?
No, I want.
Yes or no. That's all he's gonna say.
No,
Yes
right.
or no.
Yes or
That's
no.
it.
That's it.
Yes or no. Right? No. Gotcha. So it's still just the price that's stopping you from moving forward. Yeah.
Let me know what
Okay.
price you're trying to.
So, I mean, since you're not giving me any information, I'm gonna tell you now, you know, I don't get paid unless you agree. So, I mean, if I got you another, I don't know, $200,
Oh, 500.
would I be employed today or not? Is that okay to tell your customer?
Yep.
If you have enough rapport with your customer, you can say anything, guys.
Right.
If you have enough rapport with your customer, you can say anything, guys.
Right.
Guys, it's my responsibility to make sure that you leave out of here happy. Now, you've told me that you love the car, right? And unless something's changed between now and 15 minutes ago when I started working this deal,
Right.
I thought that y'all loved me. Is everything okay with me? Have I done anything to offend you? I'm telling you, when I say I went to bat for you to try to get you a deal, I did.
Yeah.
I went in there, I asked him exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the best deal you can get? How much more you can get off? What do you want? Right? And you know what my boss told me?
Fair price.
He said this is a very fair price for the car. I'm gonna get leads on it. So you need to have your customer jump on it because they're really gonna enjoy this one. We were trying to figure out why it was even on clearance. Apparently it just got walked around because we've got several of them. Well, at least we had several of them. So which option works best for you? Hundreds, not thousands. Okay, so if 200 wouldn't be enough, would 500 be enough?
Hundreds, not thousands, sometimes.
Hundreds, not thousands.
Right.
Guys, honestly, $500 ain't enough,
Gotcha.
right? Like, I'm starting to feel like I did something wrong. Why do I say that?
Put it on yourself.
Put it on myself.
You know me.
Because I'm what? I'm worth it. I'm worth more. I'm worth more. Whatever number you think you're worth today with these customers, you need to remind yourself that you're worth more.
More than
You're worth more than that. So if for some reason your customer doesn't see value in you, right?
that. Right.
Then you need to start questioning them on your
Performance.
performance. Right? Guys, if $500 isn't enough for you to move forward on this deal,
Hey,
I'm
Dave.
sorry guys, but I gotta ask myself, is there something I had done wrong?
All right, perfect. I was in a meeting. I'm walking outside.
What's your customer gonna tell you?
No. You
it's
were
not you,
fine.
it's not you.
If you did your job, your customer's gonna tell you it's not you, everything's great, right? And then you need to look at them and say, guys, I thought so, but like, you're telling me you're fine with the down payment, you're fine with the monthly payment, the car absolutely can fit your budget if you want, but you're still not prepared to do it even when I'm trying to ask for more money off. So if 500's not the number, can I stop guessing? That way we can get you in your new car and I can just go and take the number to him. We can either shake hands and do a deal, or we can just shake hands and be friends. Because guys, if we're not doing a deal here today, I gotta get some work going on. What are they gonna give you?
All right, I wanted 3,300 off.
$3,300 off, we got a deal, right? Okay, I'll ask for them, but $3,300 without more information as far as like how it is that you're coming up with that number or why it is that you feel like that's fair, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it. Do you have anything that'll help my cause? Have you been shopping around at any other dealers? Have you seen any other deals like that? Where is it that you arrived at that number? Right?
Right.
That's just what I want to pay. Okay, I'm gonna tell them that's just what you want to pay. I'm gonna see how far that gets me. Let me go to work for you. Okay, I'll see how close I can get.
Yeah.
What am I doing,
Putting it on him.
guys? I'm leaving him with doubt.
Without.
that will ever happen.
That'll ever happen.
Ever.
Without telling
In a
them no.
million years will ever happen.
Without telling them no.
Without telling him no. With using customer language. With making him feel understand. Without keeping him in emotions. Right? Now your tone and inflection needs to mirror your clients as long as it's not right?
Right.
You need to be the calm, cool, collective guy, right?
Yeah.
So keep those things in mind, all right?
I got it.
Don't focus on the little no's, right? Keep those aside and focus on the little yeses to get you to the big yes, all right? So let's use that today through the weekend. Let's rally for some appointments because we need some help on that
Yeah.
deal, okay? We need to dig in there with us having a much shorter month. If we don't, guys, I mean, you're gonna miss it. You're not gonna have no Christmas money, okay? So
Got one tomorrow morning.
let's get some deals.